The scream came from the stairwell, thin and terrified, cutting through the night like glass. "Daddy, please stop them. If you've ever felt your heart jump into your throat, if you've ever loved someone so much that fear turns into fire, stay with me till the end of this story. And if stories like this move you, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, because what happens next will stay with you long after the screen fades to black." Hassan had been mopping the third floor of the corporate plaza, the kind of building that glittered during the day and felt hollow at night. He worked the late shift because it paid a little extra, because the manager didn't ask questions, and because it meant his 6-year-old daughter Aisha could sleep in the small security office with a blanket and her school bag as a pillow. He hated bringing her to work, but he hated hunger and unpaid rent more. Ever since his wife died 3 years earlier, the world had felt heavier, as if gravity worked harder on single fathers with minimum wage jobs. That night, Hassan was tired in a way that lived in the bones. His hands were cracked from chemicals, his back ached, and his mind kept counting bills. He was thinking about whether he could stretch the groceries till Friday when he heard footsteps that didn't belong. Not the slow, lonely echo of a guard making rounds, but rushed, sharp, aggressive. Then came voices, 3 men, low and angry, and the unmistakable sound of metal scraping metal. Hassan froze. His first thought wasn't heroism. It was fear. Then he remembered Aisha, asleep just down the hall. The men burst through the fire door, masks half on, guns poorly hidden under jackets. They hadn't expected anyone to be there. One of them cursed when he saw Hassan, raising his weapon. Time slowed, the way it does when your life splits into a before and an after. Aisha woke to the noise. She stumbled into the corridor, rubbing her eyes, just in time to see a stranger grab her father and shove him against the wall. Her scream, small, shaking, desperate, was what broke something open inside Hassan. "Daddy, please stop them." Hassan didn't remember deciding to move. His body acted before his mind could argue. He swung the mop handle hard, catching one man across the wrist. The gun clattered to the floor. Another man lunged, and Hassan tackled him, the two of them crashing into a cleaning cart. Chemicals spilled, stinging eyes and skin. Someone shouted. Someone fell. Hassan wasn't trained. He wasn't strong in the way action movies pretend men are. He was strong in the way life forces you to be when you don't have a choice. He fought with the fear of losing his child, with the memory of his wife's last smile, with years of swallowed pride and quiet endurance. One man went down hard, hitting his head. Another ran, slipping on the wet floor. The third grabbed Aisha. That was the moment Hassan thought he might die. He let out a sound that wasn't a word and charged. He slammed into the man, taking the hit meant for his daughter. They fell together, rolling, fists and elbows in terror. Hassan bit, clawed, struck wherever he could. The man screamed when Hassan twisted his arm just right. The gun slid away. Hassan kicked it under a vending machine and held on until sirens filled the building. When it was over, Hassan was bleeding, shaking, and holding his daughter so tightly she could barely breathe. Police lights painted the walls red and blue. Guards stared. Someone wrapped a blanket around Aisha. Someone else asked Hassan his name. He didn't feel like a hero. He felt like a father who had almost failed. The men were arrested. The police took statements. Aisha was quiet, her small fingers tangled in her father's shirt. When the sun rose, Hassan went home, slept for 2 hours, and woke to the familiar weight of worry. He expected questions at work. Maybe trouble. Maybe nothing at all. He did not expect a motorcade. At 8 the next morning, as Hassan walked Aisha to the bus stop, black cars rolled into the narrow street like something out of a movie. Neighbors peeked from windows. A man in a suit stepped out, followed by a woman whose presence seemed to bend the air around her. She was calm, composed, and clearly used to rooms falling silent when she entered them. She walked straight to Hassan. "My name is Maryam Qureshi," she said, offering her hand. "I'm the CEO of Qureshi Holdings. And last night, you saved my life." Hassan stared, confused. She explained quickly. The men he fought were after documents stored on the 3rd floor, documents that could have exposed corruption and cost powerful people millions. She had been working late, hidden in a secure office. The noise Hassan made, the delay he caused, gave security enough time to respond. Without him, she wouldn't be standing there. Aisha looked up at her father. Daddy stopped the bad men, she said, simple and proud. Maryam knelt to Aisha's level. Yes, she said softly. He did. The motorcade wasn't there to intimidate. It was there to thank him. Over the next weeks, Hassan's life began to change in ways that felt unreal. The company covered his medical bills. Then came an offer, not charity, but opportunity. Training. A stable job in facilities management with a real salary. Flexible hours so he could be there for Aisha. Counseling for the trauma they both carried quietly.